Welcome crafters, this is the video for the mini album. These are really fun to make, and anytime that you have a package of Memory and More cards and envelopes, these are a great project to make because you know you've got a bunch of coordinating supplies that go together. You can also do these with just regular envelopes, but they're especially fun to do at Christmas time. We always have Christmas-oriented Memory and More envelopes and card packs, and then in our regular catalog we always have a couple of them. And so this is what we need. In this case, we have both large and small envelopes, and we wanted something you could do with the little mini envelopes. These are too small to go in the mail. So if you're going to use these for cards that you hand out to people, that's fine, but they don't work for the mail. So I thought, well, then this is perfect. Let's use these to make a mini album. So we're going to use 5 of the small envelopes. That's half of what you have. So you can make 2 of these mini albums if you want. You don't have to have 5. You can easily do a mini album with 3 or 4, but I figured, well, let's use half. The 5 card bases that would go with those we're actually going to use in a bonus project. So this is not necessarily part of the mini album. So there's going to be another video after the mini album, so you're going to get a 7th project in this Craft Day in a Box, where we're going to make a variety of things with these card bases. But you could use one of the cards folded up in this project as well, and we may do that. I might keep one out just for that purpose. So let's say we have 5 envelopes. Then from your Memory and More card pack, you're going to want to go through and you're going to want to find some of the cards that have things like goals, little lists. These are going to be little list cards, or celebrate things. In the mini album, you can put photographs. You can put things that you're giving this to a friend. You might want to tell them things that you celebrate about them, or if you're giving this to a family member or whatever, maybe you have some goals for them. Okay, so you're going to want a couple of cards that can have memories and memory keeping things written on them. You're looking for a couple of cards that you can either use just exactly as they are with a flower image on them, or we're going to be fussy cutting this flower out to decorate. We're going to be layering lots of stuff up, so might use that. I might cut this just a note out of this one and then use a strip of this to do some decorating. Here's one that's got a couple. We just cut that in half. We've got 2 little mini cards that we can put, and we can just write a quick little note on them, embellish them with something, and tuck those inside. Here's another one that we can cut this sentiment piece out, or we can just stick this card right on the front. And then you might want, there's one that says home, something with some pattern to it. In one of the other projects that Christine does, she's showing you a joyfold card. There is a piece of this blue paper that is left over from one of the card bases. This happens to be a Memory More card, but there's a piece left over from one of the card bases that happens to end up exactly 3 by 4, and so you can use that here as well. And then you're going to want your stickers, and you're going to want maybe some, there's another one there that says celebrate. Oh yes, and I had that left over from something. You might want a piece of a doily. You might want some of your designer paper to cut some pieces to create some layers as well. So I've got some designer paper pieces left over here that we can decorate with as well. So we're going to use a whole bunch of different stuff. I'm just going to lay it out here so that I've got it handy when I want it. And we're going to start with our envelopes. Okay, little hiccup there in my video recording. I had to stop and pause for a moment and start over. So we're going to start with our 5 envelopes. We're going to take one envelope. We're going to bring in our paper trimmer. And we are going to take just a sliver off of the bottom edge of the envelope. So I like to line it up on my paper trimmer so that it just covers the dark brown area. And then hold down tight, and in one good, fast, swift move, cut up and take 1/16 of an inch off the bottom of your envelope. If you go fast, it tends not to bind, and it'll give you a nice crisp edge. So what we've created is a way to get inside of our back envelope. So we've made a little pocket. Okay, set that one aside. You're going to take one of your other envelopes, and we are going to add a second score line on the flap. And so we're going to put our envelope at 3 3/4 of an inch. Get our cutting blade out of the way, and we're just going to add an extra score line. So what we end up with is 2 scores on our flap. Okay, you'll see why in just a moment. So we're going to start with that one, and we're just going to burnish the 2 folds in it. Okay, and then we're going to set it down this way. Yes, this way. I want to make sure I have that correct. Okay, then you take one of your other envelopes, put it face down, and insert it into that envelope, and then fold it over backwards. And then another envelope face down, and you're going to insert it into the second envelope, and you're going to fold it over. And then your fourth envelope into that envelope, and fold it over. And then the last envelope, which is the one with the slit cut into it, he's going to go in there like that and fold over. And the reason we cut the slit into him is because when we fold the flap up over, we've sealed up this end of the envelope, and if we didn't have a slit cut into it, you wouldn't be able to get anything in it because we've sealed it up. Okay, all the other envelopes, as you open up your book, you'll be able to slide things into the pockets. Okay, so you will notice that it's not quite as thick as the second fold, but once we get some cards and things inside the envelopes, it will be. So when we glue this down, we just have to be careful to, line it up so that it's straight, like I've done here, and glue it down. Don't push it way over and glue it down, or then you won't be able to get anything in your envelopes. And because we might be sliding things into this envelope that might come past here, we don't want to get any glue in this area here. We only want to get glue here on our tab, basically, where the glue on the envelope is. So the easiest way to do it is just to wet this and stick it down. We're going to put a card or something over top of this after to decorate, so that'll help to seal it all in place. So I am going to grab, excuse my reach, one of my water pens rather than slobber and lick all over an envelope. Oh, is there no water in this? Yes, there's water. There we go. And I'm just going to wet the glue. Shake off the excess, and then I'll just fold it over, but make sure that I'm leaving the little gap of space that's going to let those fill up. See if I can get it on the camera here. So there you can see I squared it up and I left just a little gap there so that we'll be able to get our cards and things in. Okay, so this is the back, this is the front, and now we have a little 2, 3, 4, 5 page little mini album. It's not going to come apart, well, unless you pull it apart. If you really want to, you can glue the envelopes into their pockets, but you really don't have to. Nobody's going to pull it apart. Now we get to layer up and decorate. So first off, we want to find something we can use for the front, and I really like that one on the front. And before we stick it down, we're going to want a way to seal up our little mini album. So we're going to need some ribbon, and you're going to need a piece of ribbon that's going to wrap all the way around and enough so you can tie a bow in it. So these are 3.5 inches wide, and then you're going to want another 4 or 5 inches after that. So if I say we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you need it to go around the back again, we need 16 inches of ribbon. So cut yourself a 16-inch piece of ribbon, and then we're going to wrap that around and adhere that onto the front. Okay, so here I've got a 16-inch piece of ribbon, and I'm going to want that to come around. We're going to tie the bow on this side of it, so I'm just going to make it match up over here like that. Want it to be in the middle. Okay, so I'll get that there. Then I'm just going to take some snail, or you could use a piece of tear and tape if you want to, and I'm just going in the middle here, staying away from my edges. That's just going to hold it in place for me so it doesn't get away. Okay, and then I'll do the same on the back. Like that. Okay, go back to the front, and then I can glue this card down on it like that. I'll use my liquid glue for that so that it sticks nice and tight. And the sayings and things on these cards are fantastic because they're all about, you know, being a blessing and celebrate your goals. When you look at the stickers, happy life, live simply, together, thankful for you. So, you know, these little mini albums can be all about blessings and goals and all those happy things that you want to share with a friend. Okay. And when I come back, we'll add some more decoration to this. Okay, so you can see this is where you're going to tie your little bow to put your booklet together when you're done. So now we've got all these different pages in here that we can, like the little goals card might slide inside this pocket and go in there like that. Maybe we put a little ribbon on it to pull it out with. You could decorate here with another card. We could put some greenery on here. We could do some stamping on here if you want to do some stamping. I think I'm just going to pull some of this out here like this. I think it would be really fun to do. Maybe that. And these, and maybe one of these stickers. What have we got? Well, since this is going to be the goals page where we put the little goals thing, let's do a goals sticker here or here. Yep. And then we'll put some dots here. Okay, so we're going to do goals. Dabs of glue on here. A couple down the stem just to secure it in place. There you go. Dots on this one. that. And a couple of my little gems things, little rhinestoney things. Oh, that's not the right color for there. Let's use some white ones. Yeah. White ones I think will look best. There we go. And then we need a pull tab or something to be able to get this out. And I'm just looking at these stickers, and I think we could use this as a pull tab. I'll put the other one on the other side. That might not be exactly what they were designed for, but I think that's going to work just perfect. I'm going to line that up so they stick together well. There we go. Now I've got a little pull tab to put on my card, and I can tuck my little card into the pocket. There we go. And then they know there's something there. When they open it up, you can go, what's this? And it's the goals. Okay, so you can see the concept here, and you just go through and you keep decorating with the rest of your flowers and your cards. Cut some things out. You know, that just a note would fit nice here on the edge, or you could use the whole card, and you could glue it on. Just don't glue it over the flap here, and you can still tuck things in behind. If you have the tailored tag dies, you can cut tags out of any of these pieces that are left over. I'm actually, one of our bonus projects for the card bases from this, we're going to make some tags, and I guess I can show it to you. This is the tag I'm going to show you how to make, and these tags can tuck nicely into these little pockets, and if you leave the ribbon peeking out, then they know there's something there that they can pull out. Okay, so really fun ideas. I'm going to leave it at that and let you express yourself with the rest of your decorating of your envelope. And don't forget, you've got this little pocket at the back here that you can insert a card into as well, and it could even go in sideways like that so that they know there's something to pull out. You could take a round punch and punch a half round in this envelope end so that there's a little thumb hole to grab a hold of the card that you tuck inside, and you can fit tons and tons of stuff inside, and you still have lots of room. This will hold 10-15 cards and tags easily, and then you're just going to tie it off with a nice little knot and a bow. So make sure you take a picture of your finished project, or pictures if you want to show us some of your inside pages, or even do a little video and just flip through and upload to the Facebook post for this particular project and show us what you did. We would love to see. Okay, continue crafting. Hope you're enjoying Craft Day in a Box.